Hello class. All right, back for part two, A Tale of Two Triangles. For this one here, we're going to use the manipulative. So you can click on the link there and we'll scroll down to part two right here. Okay, so the idea here is instead of breaking down a parallelogram or a rectangle into two triangles, we're going to work the other way. We're going to take two triangles and we're going to compose them back into four-sided figures like rectangles and parallelograms. So the way this works is you have the yellow circle is to move it. So I can move this here, and then the green circle is to turn it. Okay, so if I look at these here, I can see this long side here can match up with this long side here. So if I move this one over and then rotate it around and then move it up a little bit, it takes a little bit of playing around with it to get it set up. And a little bit more rotation. Okay, you can see it coming together, right? It's going to come together, and you're going to have, in this case, a square. Okay, so, or a rectangle. So that's for letter P. We can do that. If we get a new pair, now we have different triangles, right? So for these here, I'm going to look at this bottom side here and this bottom side here. I'm going to move them together. So I'll get that like that, and then move it over here. Okay, and if you look, you got to turn your head sideways, I guess, a little bit, but you can see here, it's not a rectangle, right, but it is a parallelogram. You can see this side and this side would be parallel, this one and this one. They are parallel, okay? And so you can just play around with all these here, and you can see which ones are going to be made into rectangles and which ones can be made into parallelograms. All right, so let's try one more here. Again, I see this long side here, this long side here. I want to get them matched up. So I move it around and put them together. And let's see here. So this is going to be not a rectangle, right? But it will be a parallelogram because you can see these sides are parallel. Okay, so you're just going to go through this and you're going to see which sides or which letters, this is letter R, can be made into rectangles and which ones can be made into parallelograms, right? All right, so let's look at some of the questions here. Okay, so for this one here, you're going to use the manipulative. I'm going to have everybody use all of the different options here, all these letters. And so you're just going to go through with your partner and you're going to go through all of them. Okay, so basically what I want to look at here, let's see, can each pair be composed into a rectangle? Well, we saw that there were some that cannot be made into a rectangle, right? But parallelogram, you're going to see that all of them can be made into parallelograms. All right, so it says discuss with your group your responses to the first question. Okay, we want you to do that, of course, and then we want to decide which word is going to go in the blank here. Is it going to be all, some, or none? So for part A, it says blank of these pairs of identical triangles can be composed into a rectangle. Well, some of them could, but not all of them. Okay, so here we're going to put in the word some. It's a little bit big, right? Okay, so some of them can be made into rectangles, but not all. Now, the other one here, blank of these pairs of identical triangles composed into parallelogram. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, so this one here, we're going to put all. Okay, hope that helps.